Hey people, it is Wednesday, June the 14th. Time is 7:05 in the evening. It's currently 17 degrees Celsius. And I'm on Church Street. I just crossed Charles Street, heading south here. And I'm going to walk along much of the length of Church Street here on the east side of downtown, through the Church-Wellesley village, which is just up ahead, and then beyond that through the TMU campus. And all I know is I want to end up somewhere close to where I can go in and buy a loaf of bread. So I'm not sure where I'll end up. There is a Metro store on the TMU campus. But I think that would be a bit too short of a walk if I go directly to that store. So maybe at some point I'll take a little scenic detour off of Church to stretch out the video a bit and then make my way back again if I choose to wrap up at that Metro store. We're just coming into the village here. And of course, Pride Month is underway. So over the next couple of weeks, things will be really ramping up here in the neighborhood. Leading up to the big parade, which actually takes place on Yonge Street, which is just a block over to the west. And it's cleared up nicely, got some blue skies and sun. For most of the day it was very threatening looking with dark clouds and on and off rain. And I've noticed it was a very busy day around the city today. There were lots of people out and about, lots of traffic. I wonder why this road is closed. I don't see anything up ahead that would warrant such a sign to be there. We're coming into the heart of the village now. Lots of great shops and restaurants all along this strip. And many bars, obviously. Some have been around for decades.
Hey, nice camera. What's the name?
Osmo Pocket.
Osmo Pocket.
Yeah. We're approaching Church and Wellesley, the main intersection.
Also in
Don't quit your daydream. That pizza's been there as long as I can remember.
Let's make it.
Some very colorful storefronts all through the neighborhood.
It looks like a triangle.
And several of the most well-known bars are along this stretch up ahead. And a lot of these places, as I mentioned, have been here for decades. Almost institutions at this point. But many places have also closed down that were around for a long time. The neighborhood is not frozen in time by any means. It changes with the rest of the city. Some people say that it's not nearly as vibrant as it once was. Cruise and Tangos, and Flash and Sailor, Woody's. These are all the places that have been around for decades as far as I can remember. This is a very high density area with most residents living in high-rise apartment buildings, mixed in with some older low and mid-rises and historic townhouses. Most of the old townhouses here do date from the 19th century. Many of the high-rise apartments date from the 1950s and 60s. And the newer wave of towers that have sprung up in more recent years are starting to make their presence known as well. There's the hair of the dog. Neighborhood pub and restaurant. That's a local landmark. And speaking of landmarks, here's the Maple Leaf Gardens. Once the home of the Toronto Maple Leafs, but now the home of a large grocery store and a smaller arena for Ryerson University, or should I say Toronto Metropolitan University. So we're coming out of the village now and about to cross over into the Toronto Metropolitan University portion of Church Street. I think that's a new billboard up there. We're at Church in Carleton. Here's the front side of the Maple Leaf Gardens with the Loblaws. Still a very grand building, even if it doesn't serve its original function any longer, but it's been preserved very well. And there still is a rink on site, so it does at least have that. And this pub has closed down. This building is awaiting redevelopment. I think a high-rise residential tower will be going up on this site. One of many such buildings to pop up along Church Street in recent years. So that will be incorporating this parking lot obviously also, which is always nice to see a parking lot disappear. Some people might disagree, but in my personal opinion, a new building will always look better for the streetscape than a parking lot. And this site is also slated for redevelopment. With another tower. Approaching Gerrard Street. So now we're in Toronto Metropolitan University territory. And a handy little directional marker here, just in case you don't know where you are. Campus buildings. Most of the buildings are rather modern on this campus. There are a few older ones, but not too many. Doesn't have quite the charm as the University of Toronto, which has many historic buildings. It is a very urban campus, obviously, though. Creaky brakes. So here's Gould Street. This is where that Metro grocery store is. So 20 minutes in is a bit too short for my liking, so I'll just keep walking and stretch out the video and find another way to make my way back up to the Metro over there. Just looking into the heart of the campus along Gould Street. always felt that this portion of Church Street was a bit lacking, though, in interesting things for a pedestrian. There's not much in the way of any storefronts. It's mostly just entrances to academic buildings and a couple of residences. And that's Dundas Street up ahead. So once you cross Dundas, you move out of the TMU campus area. Another new tower will be going right across the street, over 50 stories in height, joining its almost completed neighbor. And another one here on this side of the street also will be over 50 stories. And that will take you right up to Young Dundas Square. That one's looking quite nice. Man, there's Henry's Camera Store. I was just talking about this in my live stream, which I did right before starting this video. Someone was asking about what happened to all the camera stores that used to be on Yonge Street. They've mostly all gone away, but Henry's is still here on Church in their new location. They used to be a bit further down the street. Here's Shooter Street. Go across to the other side. You can get a close-up look at what's left of Pawn Shop Row. I think there are still a number of pawn shops operating here, but it doesn't seem to be nearly what it was. This block is a bit run down looking now, but it is on the brink of major redevelopment as well. This one almost looks like an old school department store. I always thought, with the big sign up there. All these buildings close to the corner of Queen are slated to be redeveloped. The new tower will go here, right on the corner. Queen Church is the name of that building, as you can see. And it'll be quite tall, over 50 stories as well. And here we are at Queen and Church. And there's maybe the second sketchiest McDonald's downtown. The other one also on Queen, but on the west side at Queen and Spadina. And the old historic building here on the corner will be preserved once that new development gets underway, and I think it'll be restored to its original brick exterior, taking off that yellow siding. And lots of new buildings going up all around the area. This one will also be 50 stories eventually. But I'm going to start to wrap up the video here. We managed to stretch it out to a respectable 30 minutes. And I can take one of these side streets back up to the Metro store. Maybe I won't go up that one. Not sure what this guy is doing over here. So I hope you enjoyed the walk. If you did, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also make sure you hit that notification bell. That way you won't miss any of my videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal, as well as via my merch store. And there's also a super thanks button right down below if you'd like to support the channel that way. And you can also find me on Instagram under KContinuum. So thanks for watching, and be sure to keep checking back, because, as always, I will continue.